Welcome to the District. Today we're in Broken Arrow at Rhema Bible Church. I'm your host, Anina Collier, and today we're going to be talking to Pete Bartolozzi and James Shelby about the Rhema Christmas Lights Extravaganza. The Rhema Christmas Lights Extravaganza began in 1982 with 60,000 lights. Today, more than 2 million lights adorn the campus, visited by over 200,000 people every year. Pete Bartolozzi is in charge of setting up all these lights. Let's go talk to him about the process. So Pete Bartolozzi, welcome to the District.
Thank you very much.
So we're so happy to be here at Rhema Bible Church for the Christmas Lights Extravaganza. And I understand that you are the Christmas Supervisor of the Christmas Department of Rhema.
Yes, I am, and this is my 5th year of doing this.
That's amazing. There's probably not many people with the title Christmas Supervisor except for the big man himself.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not. I've never heard of that. Some people put up Christmas lights, but usually not working on it all year long.
Not 2 million lights. So
No.
tell us, some people might think, yeah, I could see how it would take a month or something to set this up, but this is a 365-day process. So tell us about that.
It is. So, when one season's done, we're already starting to prepare for the next season. We're making sure lights are repaired, ornaments are repaired. If we got new things we want to develop, we got that in the lineup. So that's usually a lot of what of our spring and summer months. Plus, we also go to a Christmas show. We go there to see what vendors have, new ideas, what we might want to implement. And you'll see a lot of drippers and spheres in the park. We found a lot of those at the Christmas shows.
So drippers and spheres, for those not in the Christmas industry, what does that mean?
Well, spheres, of course, you got the balls, and we put light. We got the ones that you can put new lights on. If a light strand goes bad, you can put another one on, so we can use them over and over again. Now, drippers are long tubes with LED lights, and the light will start at the top and go to the bottom and just keep looking like it's dripping. And so we call them drippers.
Yeah, so you do a lot of inventory, lots of planning, and obviously these aren't the types of lights where if one goes out, the whole string dies, right? We're well beyond that.
For the most part, I do have with LED, if one diode goes out, it can cause half a strand to go out.
I see.
But at least it's more easily repairable than incandescent.
Yeah, so do you have nightmares about when, like, half the part going out?
Yeah, I won't say nightmares, but you know your Christmas once you start dreaming about it when you're sleeping too.
I bet. So over 2 million lights, and then the display changes a little bit every year, it sounds like?
We endeavor to do that as much as possible, to add some new things. We move certain ornaments around as well and put them in different places so it makes it look different, but we endeavor to try to develop some new things every year. The only large thing I really developed was the Christmas tree forest in North Park. But most of the time, what I try to do is I just add little things here and there, and that just kind of makes the whole thing pop, if you would.
Yeah,
So,
you add the flair. I like it.
Yeah.
So Pete, what's your favorite part of this job?
Lights up.
Lights up.
When you see everybody come out,
Yeah.
and you just like any job, you got days where the pressure gets to you. You got 10 things to get done, and 4 more come up while you're trying to get them done. But when everybody comes out, especially when you see the little kids get excited and see what's going on, it just makes it all worthwhile.
Well, it must be a really neat feeling to know that generations of Tulsa families have a tradition to come here every year, and that wouldn't happen without you and your coworkers.
That's true. And what's also interesting is there are businesses that actually have us on their list of things. For instance, like helicopter tours, they got Rhema lights on there. So even the limousine companies, they got Rhema as a listing of you need to go see Rhema lights. So we'll see limousines driving through here all the time.
Well, yeah, and that's neat. One thing I love about this is that you can drive through it or walk through
Yes,
it. And it's
that's
probably
true.
a little special experience if you can walk or
Yes.
walk through it. But if you can't, there's always
Yeah.
driving. And then there's a horse and buggy rides.
There is horse
too.
and buggy rides. That we actually subcontract to somebody else, but they do come out, and they've got I think I've seen 5 buggies and horses.
That is so neat.
They can ride different ones. You can get one that you just specialize just for you and your sweetheart, or you can get the whole family and get them all on one big thing.
Yeah,
Family
and
friends.
admission is free. Now, the carriage rides do cost, but
Yeah,
it's
they do
very
charge for that.
reasonable. But like you said, it's romantic. I bet there's a lot of marriage proposals that happen out here.
This is very big for marriage proposals. I remember one year, a guy, after the evening shift, the next morning, one guy said, I saw 5 just last night. So that's why we ended up making a Will You Marry Me ornament that people can call and they can use. Yes, and we have a remote for it so they can click it on at the right time. And if they want, they can get like a pegboard, and you can put lights in it to have her name.
Put her name.
And then I can add it to the ornament. So
Is
it'll
that
say,
your idea?
Yes.
That is a really good idea. Do people have to call in and reserve the
They
marriage
do for
ornament?
that, but We keep it up all the time so people see it.
Yeah.
That way they get familiar with it.
And so it's up year-round, the Mary?
No, just during the whole season
Gotcha,
that we have it up. So we have it up in the display, but they can call us and say, hey, we want to do it a certain time. And I say, okay, just let me know.
Yeah, oh, that's
We'll put
so
the remote
neat.
on it, and they can walk up to it, hit it, and have her name on there. Like, June, will you marry me? And then
there it is. How can she say no?
Yeah, right. But it's very popular. I mean, I worked Christmas Crew back in 03 once. I wasn't running it then, but first thing I saw was people starting to get engaged. The very first night they were getting engaged.
That's neat. So there's another special, very, very special memory that you're part of for so many people.
In fact, people have gotten married out here.
I believe it.
We've had somebody married on the bridge. We've had somebody married on the gazebo. I have somebody who called me this year and says, well, we want to get married in the park on Christmas Day. I said, well, just call me before. I'll get my crew on it, and I think in the middle of the park we'll let them do it.
So they do like evening ceremonies, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow, that must be beautiful. I mean, you can't beat those wedding pictures, can you? You don't have to decorate.
They don't have to decorate.
Done. How much money do they save that way?
Yeah.
Well, that's so neat. Pete, thank you so much for what you're doing for our community out here at the Rhema Bible Church Christmas Extravaganza.
Yes, ma'am. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Generations of families have visited the Rhema Christmas Lights Extravaganza, and it has become a family tradition for many. When we return, we'll talk about the technology involved with such a massive display.
Come explore TCC's Center for Creativity. This center offers a variety of free public art exhibitions, workshops, and activities. Photography and art is always on display on the walls in the event hall. If you think you can't do something like draw, dance, or act, drop by for the I Can't workshops. They're held Monday at noon in the event hall. Parking is free and open to the public in any TCC lot. Visit tulsacc.edu/Center for Creativity or call 918-595-7050 for more information.
When you carefully place over 2 million Christmas lights and synchronize 400,000 of those to music, it takes a lot of technology. Let's go talk to James Shelby, who is behind the scenes programming this amazing display. So James Shelby, you are a self-described Christmas geek, and I understand that you are the person that has worked on synchronizing the lights to the music.
Yes, I'm Rhema's electrical contractor, and this would be my 10th season.
Oh, wow.
And so probably about 9 seasons ago, we introduced the computerized portion of the display, and then it just keeps growing every year.
Every year. So there's 2 million lights. How many roughly would you say are synchronized with musical displays?
Probably close to 400,000.
Wow, that's amazing. And so you developed, you found the technology, and tell us about the process, how this works.
Well, the process, what it originally happened was we had a computerized display that ran the bridge, and it burned up one year.
Okay.
Because we had too many lights on the bridge. So we went online and found a company that were building for the first time computerized musical displays
so
for
you were
Christmas.
kind of on the cutting edge then of this technology.
We got in with the company. He built our first controllers in his grandmother's 2-car garage.
Oh my goodness, what a story.
Yeah, and so and then it's just grown from there. So we started going to Christmas shows after that, and we learned that the technology that we had could do music, it can do lots more than what we were using it for. So we've tried to expand it to do everything.
So I understand as you're listening to the music, you hear the colors of the lights. Tell us about that.
Yeah, when you're programming the song, when you find a song that you want to program, you'll sit there and you'll listen to it 10, 15, 20 times, put it on your MP3 player and listen to it all day long.
Just live it, huh?
And you just live it, and then as you're listening to the song, you'll start hearing colors. And so bass beats might be done in red, or red and green if it's a double bass beat. You might do a red and green. And vocals might be done in a blue, a white, or a green, and you just listen to the colors and you program by color. Well, the thing that's a side effect of that, if you look on the bridge or you look out in the yard, you'll see every so often the yard will turn yellow, gold, pink, purple, lavender, and it's because of the combination of colors when you program by layer.
That is amazing. There's so much creativity involved in this. Do you do other type of non-light based art, or is light your medium?
Light's it.
Light's your medium.
Yeah.
So when you're going through the grocery store and the song comes on, do you start seeing flashes of color?
I do.
Yeah.
I sit there and I start listening to the song, and it's like, okay, if I can edit that out, I can program the rest of the song, and then that could be done in red and green and blue. And I'm sitting there and my wife will just get all over me. She goes, would you Just put
She's
plugs
like, I'm
in your
sick of hearing about the lights. Oh, that's
yeah.
funny.
Yeah, and then when I'm at home and I'm programming, I got headphones on. It keeps them driving her crazy.
Yeah, because you hear the same song over and over again. And how
Well,
long does it take to program 1 minute of music?
Real hard songs, it'll take probably about 40 hours a minute.
Wow, so a week's worth.
A week's
for
worth,
1
and
minute.
then if you find a song that you really like, it's a 3.5 minute song, that could take 3 or 4 months to do one
That's
song.
amazing. So when people are out here, just think about the amount of time someone put into these displays that you're enjoying so much. What's your favorite piece of music that you ever set to lights?
Oh my God. They're all interesting. I'd have to say Frozen. And it's just because the whole song is done in white and blue.
That must be beautiful.
And when you have a large palette of the colors and you limit yourself to white and blue, you really have to get creative with the movement of the light in order to create an emotion with the movement of the light.
Wow. So what's your favorite part of the display this year?
Oh, my favorite part of the display, it's got to be the little kids dancing to the music.
Yeah. Oh, I
When they start squealing to Frozen and start running around and dancing, and you see little 2-year-olds and 4-year-olds dancing to the music, I'm done for the season. I'm ready.
Well, we cannot wait to see and hear your handiwork when the sun goes down here in a couple hours.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Well, that's our show for today. You can find out more about the Christmas Lights Extravaganza at rhemabiblechurch.com. And don't forget to join us next time on The District.